Wi-Fi together, baby. Let me go again. Ready? Clap it up for yourselves. What's good? What's good? What's good? You know what? It just be so many different times. Oh, nasty, Mike. I didn't ask. Absolutely not. I work too hard. I work too hard. Clap once. Clap once if you can hear me, if you can understand me. Let me know that y'all here. Listen, subscribe to the channel. Show the channel some love. I appreciate y'all. Listen, y'all could be anywhere in the world, but you here with your boy. It be so many different times where I be getting ready just like to not do a show. I'm like, oh man, it's a little bit late. I said, man, I can't wait to tell these stories. First and foremost, if you made it here, you already up. Listen, someone today told me, I seen your videos. I said, you see my videos? Oh shit. Cause I definitely didn't send you a video. And I barely know ye. But the heart. Anyway, I want to share that real quick. So anyway, we gonna go ahead and celebrate for all the men, and we got a champion that we're gonna celebrate today. And I may have a solution to a lot of men's problems as well. And I'm gonna go ahead and do another review. Now, mind you, there's a lot of clips or clippable moments in the Andrew Wilson and CGA debate that recently went down. But it's a really important conversation, and I think that it's really important for CGA in particular to have these conversations because men need to hear this man's message in terms of accepting the world for what it is. And listen, no one's saying that men cannot have and enjoy romantic relationships, but men have to have the balls, have to have the stomach to want to enjoy a good life, to want to be respected, to want to have a good relationship, to want to have some kind of leverage. Some of y'all don't want no leverage. You kind of just want to, you want things to work out. That's what I'm coming to understand about a lot of y'all. You sort of want things to just work out, and it's feminine. It's feminine. That stuff is feminine. All right. As soon as you get to a point where you feel like some shit is just going to come to you, oh, you have lost your manhood, and I don't respect your hairline
because I always respected your hairline on television.
You understand? I don't respect your hairline at that point. All right, these random soundboard jokes doing anything for you? You know I'm a decent man.
I'm a decent man from the city of demons. Niggas be scheming, niggas be shooting.
You understand? Anyway, welcome to Six Paths TV. If you here, you already up. Listen, welcome to my channel, and don't mind me. I'm just a man. A man who gave us so mad jobs, and one of my jobs is to help you improve your relationships to people, places, and things. Okay? I'm going to support you in your spiritual walk, no matter what that is. Because you can't make good long-term decisions without good faith. Right? And everything is a spiritual journey. Don't never stop grinding. Don't never stop improving. Get plenty of sleep. Drink water. Small amounts of coffee. Small amounts of caffeine. Bust sometimes. Okay? But anywho. But bigger than that, I'm here to solve a few of the world's biggest problems, and one of those problems is helping y'all grow the hell up. That's why this episode is going to be really important, because again, this is what this channel is about. It's about moving things forward and going to the next phase in life. Now that I'm old, I always joke about being. Now don't call me Unc, because Unc can be any old nigga. I'm not just a regular old nigga. I'm an old nigga that has motion. I have motion, right? But I never hate on the young boy doing this thing, or I never hate on young boys in general, because I had my time. And also, I'm still focused on the next step. It's one thing I love about life, especially me, with me having an appetite for life. I always think about what I'm about to look forward to doing next. And I can't wait to pause. That's the constant accountability, man. It's accountability.
Man, fuck, I got pussies, man. For real, man. I see how what.
Goddamn, they done got Diddy.
Man, got Diddy on me. Always look forward to the next phase in life, all right? And also, I know that the work I've been putting in, the levels of acceptance Because it's about accepting reality. A lot of y'all are not going to thrive because you can't accept the future. You know, I should get into the AI story, but we're going to stay on one thing because I ain't got that much time. But I got a whole lot of love to give. Just got stocked up at Bosco. That has nothing to do with nothing. I just like saying that. That's from Way the House Husband. I won't get into what line it's from, but you know. You get it. So anyway, so we're gonna celebrate Big Sean, and what Big Sean is doing is Big Sean, whether he realizes it or not, he is doing the free agent lifestyle, meaning that he's making a conscious choice for himself based on the situation. Because for the most part, the world runs off of men blindly serving and benefiting others, and which ain't the worst thing. We really don't mind. We mostly, like, for the most part, men, our negotiation skills are so weak and so bad, okay, that we done got to where we no longer can ask for a dinner. Like, if you meet a woman who even wants you to have dinner, who even wants you to eat, and because men have never even gotten to the point where they said, I want a girl that can cook real good. Black men just be saying, I mean, can you cook? Are you willing to cook? Meanwhile, these women are asking you to get a boat. Okay? These women are asking you, yo, all right, well, listen, I know I'm a New York 3, but I'm going to need you. I'm going to need you to be making about $250,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I get it. The economy is tough. But you know what's even tougher? The cookies. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to say.
Man, fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck all y'all pussies, man.
Word.
Real, man. I see y'all boys outside.
He's been stealthing women. Like taking the condom off while he's hitting it.
Anyway, man, let's go ahead and get into the show, man. Let's go ahead and see what we got here, man. So we're gonna get into Big Sean. Big Sean is Big Sean. Shout out to him because I feel like what he's doing is he putting Jhene Aiko in the proper space. Okay, because again, like I said before, this world runs off of men blindly serving in the military, blindly serving just in law enforcement, but just sacrifice themselves in general. And we kind of need men to do that. But again, we got to where it is like the worst deal ever. And on top of that, women will just end the relationship at will. So you gotta understand that what that does is it creates an environment where, it creates a scenario where now that men actually have conversations and actually talk and interact, all right, not only that, men, I hope they understand, fam, get your mind out of this shit being a solo mission. Of course you have your own ambitions, but watch the conversations you have. Women understand the power of the tongue. That's why women, whether you realize it or not, they're always transmitting and teaching feminism wherever they go. Like, for example, whenever a woman says to me, oh, I sound a little misogynistic, women use that word to shut you up or to put a dog collar on you. Because that word basically means that I can dictate what's okay and okay for you to say. You understand? So anyway, I got my sound together and shit like that. So let's go ahead and get into the show. So we're going to be getting into men have to deal with the world as it is. Men have to accept where women have gone, what's going on, and don't be resentful of it. But what it really be coming down to is the journey of y'all coming to the understanding of, for one, knowing what actually moves the needle and gets results, right? And also going the uncomfortable path. I knew when I decided to start doing my content, this may take me a long time, yo. And if I was a younger man, if I didn't have the will that I built up now, I might not still be doing this, but I'm like, yo, nah, I can make millions doing this shit. Not only that, my mind has opened up to so many more possibilities, and I'm glad I did it by myself. Because I get the opportunity to where when I accomplish this, when this becomes popular, when this becomes popping and successful, right? All that money goes to me. No woman could pull a trump card and take any of that from me. She can ask me for money and whatnot, but she can't go to no court, go to no judge and take that. Where a lot of men who are married or have kids, they are at the mercy of that woman, and also the court puts you at the mercy of that woman. Now I'm gonna get killed. Shout out to my building for turning the heat on early. Thank you so much. When I moved in here last year, November last year, yo, my nigga, listen. When I tell you that it was so cold in here because I couldn't turn my heat on and the heat wasn't on yet, it was so cold in here. I didn't take off my jacket until the next day. I slept in my goose, right, under the covers. Like I was in this bitch shivering. It was cold as fuck. Progress. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to the first joint, man. I know how we do over here, man. So we're gonna do a few quick joints real quick. Let's start with damn, man. I'm gonna start why don't we start with this shit, man? Cause I kinda wanna start here.
Slime Lord.
I can see you for
Patient eat pool and
when I'm near you. I see you. This for all the times I put it over top. Let's get it. Blueberry soup, blueberry coupe, swerving that bitch like blueberry soup for the battered homes, the catacombs. I turn the key, now daddy home. Stay long enough for you call quits. Get my rocks off with a gorgeous bitch. Protect myself and record the shit. More folks who know exist. Moving the money, vibing and weaving that man about time. Robbing police, I'm down to make it back by the weekend. Got made myself out of fuckers. We even, I'm feeding my ego, I'm bigger, I'm us. Now my job couldn't figure you out. I ain't winging this shit, I put wings down, bitch. Tell a friend she got flown. Not yet, yeah, I'm acting my age, nigga. And I'm acting my wage, nigga. Boss in the shit fade, nigga. That film ain't love, that's rage, nigga. Never been on MTV, but I made myself into a maid, nigga. Get GFB for my mate, nigga. Middle grill with the sage, nigga. Alright, I did this shit for the baby. Some heroes don't wear capes, they pull up in a Mercedes. I'm saying all of my niggas is covered in gold. Better my homies be covered in gold. All of my niggas be covered in gold, covered in gold, covered in. Need my baby in feminine role. She getting her role, she getting that role. Strategies, the generals know. Chelsea Moose with the cinnamon, so cinnamon crunch. Don't bite me, bitch. Man, no, I'm the man. He don't like the shit. This is heart to heart. Don't write me, bitch. And I ain't here talking or inspiring shit. Ooh. Cash flow, looking from Harlem. Cash flow, looking from Harlem. Yo. Had to put the whole back in minimum wage. Too many YNs got feminine ways. This white song get minimum plays. Your bitch told me you been on my plate. Broke niggas saying shit that I hate. My bro gets the well we felt the tits. How you broke? Wanted me to 1%. I paid bad dudes. I ain't humble, nigga. It's a death match like Bumble, nigga. Move this road, you can rumble, nigga. Young OG, same OG. All your time I try still low key. Had to admit now you don't know me. Matter of fact, you don't got know me. Wish I had the 6 pounds since I was young, nigga. Neil Green, my color. I know I'm the one nigga I'll be. Wish I believe sooner. Things happen for a reason. I like this future. I twitch my baby and never salon. Cause of my baby, I'm confident on. Function not at the Coca-Cola. Next stage turn little mom and you 30 days before I dropped on you. You act like I had to drop on you. First time I should have called the cops on you. Let my Muslim boy mix a line on you. Formula, make them whole loyal. Saudi Arabians pay me in oil. I ain't sacrifices to tickle your pussy. Remain the pride. Need a bag to bubby. Sign orders with the wild order. Maybe amended and chemistry. Oh yeah. Me and Lil Mama got magic pajamas, Gucci pajamas. We in the cabana. I'll bust down young Tatiana. Cause of my baby, I'm covered in honor. Hurry up me, match your father. Dark skin bag with the L9. I feel like Usher pop his collar. Harlem. Cash flow like I'm from Harlem. Cash flow like I'm from Harlem. Yeah. I don't need your life. You gotta like my life. I don't need your life. Is that my baby? Is that my baby? Alright, let's go. I think you love wrong. I know it's not who I think it is. Thick ass styles and a couple kids got you out the way on my best shit. Full of bad bitch, I'm a lap rib. I cash out this out for the baby. Said I might spin the block, have a baby with you. Young OG now. Hit the penthouse like a home ground. Give it up for the Jersey boy. I'm Bob Burke, collect purchase boy. I got the funds for the purchase boy. Writing on me like Chloe and Burner boy. You got potential, Mox with it. Calling me hood like the doctor, bitches. I'm not for blood, you would not forgive it. If you're not my sister, you're not my sister. Hold my back and robbing with it. Adopt the bitches, crew run, your crew run. You're done out here, now you can't be undone. Have to realize we're talking crazy, sounding crazy, vision hazy. That's my baby? Is that my baby? Is that my baby? Young big daddy, not your baby daddy. Putting hands on hips, hot girl, get at me. The angel of that says not today. Man, turns kids out to the hideaway. Certain things I forgot to say. No, I ain't taking back right away. Shit go up at the right away. She'll tell me what the fuck not to say. It's a good thing that I ain't fucking need you. The one that complete you, the evil defeat you. That's the other way around. Let you crown. Kings, man, queens, see round time. Say the news do. I know he a 9 ring. I'm 23. My bitch on the same base. That's the fucking beautiful women. Simple line and a beautiful Linda. No, it's not who I think it is. Thick ass styles and a couple kids. Got you watching everywhere. My best shit. For a bad bitch. I'm a left rib. I cash every son for the babysit. I might spin the block. My baby with you. Oh, was that nigga that made you nervous? That made you nervous. I had to go. I had to go. Hey, I still love you. I hope you know. I hope you know.
Please don't stop it.
Say the truth. We were never meant to be. Sorry, I had to leave. Sorry, I had to. Yeah. Mankind come from not giving a fuck. Oh, if I represented my baby knuck if you buck. Divine feminine touch, divine masculine lust. Being my masculine friend, I ain't doing too much. What you mean I ain't build shit? I built this whole country, leaving notes on my mirror saying, why don't you love me? Fucking 50-50, should I know you was bugging. Good men aren't kin, so let me know if we fucking. Let's get it. I don't know you don't know me. Say who loves you. Ooh. There's no we, my nigga, there's no us. Let's get it. I don't know you. You don't know me. Say who loves you. I don't care what you say, my nigga, that's not there. Y'all cool with fit, and I'm friend with the truth. I said zoom, give us some room, I'm getting loose. Ooh. Feeling wiggly as a crackhead tooth. I said, girl, don't touch other, just let me produce a space you take out, the lies you make up. Yeah, I'm with you when you wake up. We fucking with no makeup. I do this in remembrance. I remember when, yeah, this is when I lost my innocence. 32 years to find my path. For my son, I cut the time and had. So at 16 was back up first blunt together. It's a 6 pass. Your baby daddy can never. I say power to the people, bitch. I'm about to do maintenance. Used to want to be your nigga. Used to want to be family. As the kid that ain't kidding, them lips that keep licking. You ain't clumsy like Fergie, my niggas. So stop tripping the moment that we're giving the moment to stop. Cooking seem like a good time to rhyme. Something with bitches more effective. Friction, you wanna borrow some friction. You don't know me no more. And don't you fucking forget it. Let's get it. I don't know you. You don't know me. Say who loves you. There's no we, my nigga. There's no us. Let's get it. I don't know you. You don't know me. Say who loves you. I don't care what you say, my nigga, that's not love. I said, I hate you so much right now. I know you shine like a diamond, cause I put diamonds in your mouth. Or you shine like a diamond, cause I put diamonds in your mouth. And I can even hear the beauty and you cussing me out. I used to want your life, but I don't need your life. I never met my wife, but yo, I love my wife. And yo, I used to want a life that was better than yours. Now I'm eating good, fucking good, ready for war. Man, these kings be warring for nothing to pour. And I got bitches in warring all the way out in orange. I made a kingdom in my heart, so my armor is orange. Bros, I'm pouring. I need Voltron phone when I say power to the people. Bitch, I'm about to do madness. Used to want to be your nigga. Used to want to be famous. I used to want a life that was better than yours. Now I'm eating good, fucking good, ready for war. I'm saying. Pop it up for yourself, man. Pop it up for yourself. But pop it up for Big Sean. Shout out to this king. To this soldier of masculinity. And listen, Big Sean, I'm going to tell you, bro. Boy. Hey, listen. If you at home right now, I need you all to go find your snapback, the one that's real boxy. Oh, my bad. Okay. Put your snapbacks in the air for Big Sean. You understand? Big Sean, listen. He said that little blazing John right. He said no marriage for you, no siree Bob. Now, yo, listen, yo, I heard she was even willing to give him basically a freebie. Yo, she said, yo, we don't even gotta get married under the state. That nigga still said, I ain't fucking with you. But now, real talk though, CGA did a really good walk down to this joint. You know what I mean? And I think before we get to the Big Sean story, I wanted to react to another clip from the Andrew Wilson and CGA debate, right? So for me, the conversation is really important because to a certain degree, we need the men to understand what's really going on out here and what's the best course of action and understanding what's really, how can I say, an unrealistic expectation, all right? And being prepared to make certain moves. A lot of men, you're not really prepared to do what it takes to win. Listen, a lot of you, you're afraid to lose the bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing that makes you pussy. You're afraid to lose. But whenever you're afraid, like being afraid to lose stops you from fighting. So if you're afraid to lose the girl, what basically she's taking the fight out of you. All right, shout out to CGA. Men are in love, women are in business. And these conversations we have on these panels, when women are in the conversation, they come through and lobby for their interests. When women in the conversation, they for the most part, they keep it on what they want to see happen, and they make sure that they keep transmitting these ideas, right? And planting in your head that, no, what I'm saying is right. No, if the woman was in the same air, breathing air as a rich man, then if they break up, she needs to be taken care of. Okay? If a man's making millions of dollars a year and she has a baby by him and whatnot, she should be getting 6 figures a year for having that child. Everyone's been in a conversation before where basically you have a woman arguing why this celebrity couple, when a celebrity couple divorces, why does this woman get millions of dollars just because of how the laws are set up, and there's no cap on what they can get. So a man could be a millionaire in a certain state. There is no cap on what that woman can get in terms of a percentage of this man's salary. So if that man makes $1 billion, then she could possibly get a few hundred million dollars, just really just for fucking. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit. Wow, I want your body.
If you love me, let me get your body.
You know what I'm saying? So, anywho, relax beats. So we can go ahead and get into it, man. I'm gonna try to be a little bit faster on the draw. Try not to have you out here for too long, man. So let's go ahead and get into this shit with this drum right here. So what they're talking about right now at this point of the videos, they're talking about things that could happen right now, like today, you know what I'm saying, in terms of what you could take action on and see an immediate change in your life. So what CJ is getting ready to talk to is, or speak to the idea that he's provided young men and men in general with the tools to make the best decisions possible, especially in regards to how you choose women. But you gotta understand, this always will cause a problem in society if men actually think for 2 seconds, you know what? Or, you know, how pretty are you? Do I really think you're that pretty? Do I really like being around you? You know what I'm saying? Do I really like your personality? Men don't really be thinking about whether or not they like you or not. You have to, for the most part, unless you're real fat or real ugly, or real old, you have to, for the most part, be doing a series of things and be non-cooperative for him to even realize that you ain't hitting on shit. All right, men don't understand the negotiation part of having relationships, and they don't realize you have been out negotiated. All right, because you got to realize that the negotiation has gone on and it's always going on to the point where you're just behind socially. Men don't be realizing you are behind, even like when it comes to sexual activity. I never thought about this until I heard CGA point it out. It was the fact that men are severely behind women when it comes to sexual experiences, especially if she's the least bit attractive. She has way more opportunities at an earlier age to have sex than you do. And most guys, if you're keeping it a buck, right, and you're being honest, your first sexual experience was with someone who's already experienced. All right. Now, very, very few of us may have experienced a virgin, and for the most part, if you popping, you know, you'll experience a virgin or two. You know, when you're young, you know what I mean, of course. But that's what's most appropriate. One of the reasons why someone like Andrew Wilson doesn't like when CGA brings this up is because he has obviously not done much vetting. And I'm not saying, again, I have to learn more about his wife and whatnot. I'm not issuing on his wife. I'm just saying that image-wise, right, in terms of men taking you serious, it is hard to take a guy serious when on paper that's what's going on. This person has 5 children. It's a whole lot of kids. And again, that's your business, but it's like everything put together, right? From obviously, you know what I'm saying, finances are a big part of the situation. It's not a situation where, you know, you're the only one bringing in bread, and also it's not a situation where, if she stopped making money, you were still going to be with her. Because a lot of times when women got a lot of kids like that, and they got that kind of profile, especially when they're older, they be knowing that they're going to have to work. right? Because they're actually a bit of a duo. They both actually do content. It's pretty interesting. But on paper, right? And just in terms of enjoying life, like at the end of the day, if men are being honest, and again, men try so hard to love that we're not even honest about how much we enjoy or don't enjoy the women in our lives or the women that we're with, right? And because again, for the most part, men are made to endure, your woman is naturally a part of that endurance. But anywho, and these conversations actually make men have to take a step back and not fully commit, not put babies in this person. You know what I'm saying? Or not find yourself in a situation where like, yo, you have signed the contract, okay? These are the terms of the contract, and no matter what, you can't tell me that at this point that you can in good faith support men get married. And so also CJ also spoke to the fact that everything that Andrew Wilson talks about, these are things that's going to take years and years for men to see the effects of, right? And one other point that CJ made on his show was the fact that, or how men want to use religion, or men will use religion to help them have better chances when it comes to women. Because one of the reasons why, because for the most part, someone like Andrew Wilson is not necessarily equipping the men, making the men better and more formidable opponents. He's not really trying to teach you that way. He's saying, all right, well, boom. So he is after this during the conversation, right before we get to this point right here, he talks about how things are changing because Roe v. Wade was overturned on a federal level. Now, to a certain degree, yeah, you could say that is a victory, and also yes, there are less abortions. But at the end of the day, the minds of the women have not changed, because for the most part, don't get me wrong. Of course, let's keep it there. The minds of the women are not going to change. You got to understand the problem with your God. The problem with religion is that when religion was at its strongest, there wasn't a Cardi B. There wasn't a Summer Walker. And if you think about how people think about God, right, and think about how important it is, right, whether it makes you uncomfortable or not, that TV is their God. That phone is their God. To them, Cardi B is God. To them, Summer Walker is God because they see. And again, not necessarily exactly like God, but I'm just saying in terms of how important these people are and how much you're willing to listen to them over anything else. And also, they mom is God too. All right, but anyway, let's go ahead and play this clip, and then we're gonna get into this Big Sean story and how righteous this brother is. Fair use.
Blowing their heads off when the government doesn't even pay any attention to them. When by the time the government was all done doing any of these reforms, when it came to veterans associations, it was those pesky old traditional churches from Sky Daddy that you hate so much. They were the ones on the forefront who were actually assisting those people and not doing that. While you asked me this question, Andrew, what can you do right this second for a guy who's going to blow his head off? Well, probably nothing. But neither can you.
Of course
but
not.
at least we can do something about that not happening to others.
Okay, so that's very easy to accomplish in red states. And red states overwhelmingly were the states that got those things passed.
Yeah.
They were already going to get it passed without the interaction of these so-called righteous individuals.
That was done.
You don't even do nothing.
Now,
At
let's
the state level.
yeah, through Donald Trump.
Yeah, the federal level.
Now watch this.
It has nothing
But
to do with
California, Nevada, these are all states that you can easily drive to and get it done because they're red
Which is why we
or
need
they're
a
blue
federal
states.
ban, yeah.
And at that particular point, are we going to get a federal ban?
Yeah,
Do
we
you believe
very
have it?
possibly could, yeah.
Possible.
It looks good. It looks
good, but
yeah.
we don't have it today. All right, so we don't.
You
we're not
can't.
again. We don't have it.
So what do you want to
more
do?
Than likely,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you. You said it's possible, and I say more than possible. You're not going to get it. All right. So at that point,
That's what
now
they
you
said
have
about
an
Roe
issue.
v. Wade, and they were wrong.
They're wrong today. They're wrong possibly. We possibly might get it, but California they're not doing it. I can drive to California
If there's
right
a
now.
federal ban,
When
they
there's a
can't
woman that
stop
can
it.
drive it. I could take a woman to Nevada.
Yeah,
You can
but it's
take her
already
to many
decreasing the
places right now.
rates. It's already working. Like, what are you talking about? It's already effective.
All it does is just send women to another place.
And
They're
it
gonna find
reduces the amount of abortions.
It reduces it So
significantly.
Now, we're not. That's all we're talking about. Reducing it. We're
Yeah.
talking about now the unsettling experiences.
So do nothing?
We're doing something.
Yeah.
We're doing something. I'm informing
Yeah.
people. I'm informing people. I'm giving people the information.
To do what?
And you're telling me
What do you
a
want
pie in
to
the sky
do?
solution that might take
Tell me
forever.
what men should do.
I'm telling you what they're
What?
doing. All right. At this particular point, this is the question that you've been wanting to ask me. All right. I put out a book called 52 Things That Men Should Do Prior to Considering Marriage.
Okay.
What it does is take it through a step-by-step approach of what they need to look out for just to detect.
What does that?
Hold on for a second.
Right
Hold on for a
now.
second. Just to detect this man's considering. I've had plenty of men that said they were considering marriage. They found the red flags because of my book, and they stopped getting married to a woman that eventually they saw would have been bad for them. That would have cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I'm doing something very positive. Now watch this. You mitigate the red flags. You allow men to understand what the process of marriage is.
Mitigating the risk.
Then you're going into possibly telling them what the state is involved in, how your children are affected, parental alienation, the odds of self-deletion, and so forth and so on. So that's an
I want to make sure I got this right.
opportunity for men to learn.
So I want to get this right.
You're telling me
What
pie in
you're
the sky
doing-
possibility of changing
Yeah,
laws.
so what you're
when women
doing-
outvote men 60 to 40%.
Yeah. So you wrote. It doesn't, dude. You don't even understand the political process and how it works. Voting itself, when you're talking about
lobby groups.
yeah, you're
What
talking about
men's
lobby
lobby
groups and
What men
NGOs.
lobby groups? What male lobby groups do they
And
have?
traditional churches.
Okay, we're back to church again.
They're the ones
Okay,
who
we're
do all
back.
the lobbying on behalf of men.
They're doing it on behalf of the men that follow them. That's not on
It's
behalf
for
of
all men. This abortion
It's
ban
typically-
helps
it's
all
typically-
men,
It's
not some. Their charities to men who are going to kill themselves helps all men, not some.
It doesn't help all men in that situation.
Yes,
it
it
helps
do-
the
it
men.
helps.
Because listen,
Yes, it
I'm going
does.
to tell you where it doesn't. There might be a woman considering getting an abortion, and he wants to keep the kid. He has no mitigating risk.
They're the only ones trying to change that.
Exactly. Who is?
The traditional
You're saying the
churches.
traditional churches.
Yes.
All right. At that point, that doesn't help him.
Yes, it does help him.
So you're saying at that point it's only the traditional church when you have hundreds of female lobbyist groups and you have them out.
They're the ones
and
combating those
and
female
that's it.
lobbying groups.
And
Yes.
that's it. How are they doing? Only the red
They're
states.
doing great.
Only the red
No,
states.
at the federal level, they're doing great. You're wrong.
You can still go to other states to get it done.
Yes, but we've still
At this point.
managed to mitigate it even in those.
So the point that Andrew's not getting is that basically it's still going on. If you live near a state where you can go have that child unalived and whatnot, the fact that you can still do it, women are traveling to Mexico, and risking their lives for a big booty. You think that they won't travel to the next state to get rid of a child if they really want to? The point is that what he doesn't want to deal with is how women have changed and men responding in an appropriate way, not responding in a way. Don't get me wrong. I think all these things can be good, right? But it doesn't empower men. It doesn't make the men feel stronger. Because one of the issues is that the men's self-esteem is also a little bit fucked up. Because it's like, what do I have to look forward to and what do I have to focus on? And men have had to come to where they have to redefine themselves or redefine what happiness is and what a good life is. And now, yeah, that used to be getting married and having kids. But the reality is this: you cannot just get married to someone because y'all happen to have a child. Even though I know that may sound a little backwards. You know, I'm very family oriented. But if that woman is going to be, for the most part, a detriment to you mentally, like every ex I had, for the most part, shout out to all of them. But had they give me what I wanted and tried their best to be what I needed and everything right, I would have been stuck with them, and I would have potentially not made certain strides. I would have potentially not leveled up. I would have potentially not wanted to do certain things in life had that these people put their best foot forward and given the kind of people they are. Who you're around, that has a huge impact on how you spend your time and where you are emotionally. Like where I'm at now, yo, when my ex hit me up and everything, yo, I let her text me what the issue is so I could determine whether or not it needs a phone call right away. Cause like, yo, if I'm in the middle of recording, then I'm gonna lose momentum with recording. If I'm getting ready to do a video, if I take my content so serious, I know that I can use this content and make this money from this content to feed my family. Then no, I have to prioritize that first. And that's how focused you got to be, and that's how much you got to be. How can I say? Be in tune with your spiritual purpose. Be in tune with what you're doing, and also you got to do it for yourself first. Success is not a motherfucking parade. Success is not. It's not a support circle. The more successful you become, the more alone you will become. or you will feel because no one relates to you, and people start seeing you as less and less of a human being, and more like a thing, more and more like a car or a house. A car is amazing. A car is expensive. It takes money to get a car, right? But you don't ever think to yourself, I'm grateful that the car got me to work. I'm grateful the car ain't break down. I mean, I do. But most people don't be thinking about all these things we had to be grateful for. You understand? But I'm gonna let Greg finish. Then we'll get to his Big Sean thing, man.
States, it's a war. It's a political war. That's how it works. And not only that, let's point this out. Your whole solution here. I wrote a book to help mitigate future events. Oh, great. Andrew, what are you trying to do? Help mitigate future events. Exactly. Oh, right now, right this second, what can I do to help? Andrew says right this second, if a guy has a 357 in his mouth, he's going to pull the trigger, he can't do anything. You're totally right, but neither can you by your own admission. Correct. So there we go there. When we're looking at the future, though, and I say let's do all of these different prescriptions, which we can actually politically accomplish and move towards, you say, that's all fucking pie in the sky, blah, 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 blah. I ask, well, what can you do as far as future prescriptions? You say, blacks are fucked, and I have absolutely no prescriptions for it.
No, actually, I wrote a book, 52 things that men could consider
to mitigate divorce risk. The same thing I'm trying to do.
If they're marrying the right woman. So you're just mad that I have one.
So, in that regard, CGA is correct because, again, we don't know how long it's going to take for laws to change, and they may never change, right? And don't get me wrong, there's a chance that they could, and hopefully they will, and hopefully the things that these groups are doing will bear fruit, right? But in terms of what CGA has, he's giving the information and giving people a manual, giving young men or men in general a reference to how to go about, for one, how to go about romance and how to get your life in order. And the thing is, anything that has to do, first of all change starts with the mindset, right? And not only that, more men can access that all at one time. Whereas the examples that Andrew used, he talked about the church, but nothing wrong with that. And shout out to the church. But in order for me to get any kind of direct benefit from the church, I more than likely would have to be a member of the church or also at least be a Christian, because why would I be there if I weren't a Christian? You know what I'm saying? So in that regard, because also we're talking about men in general, we can't keep. If you're talking about a group of people that help a specific group of men, because CGA also pointed out that those are the men who follow that church or follow that religion. It's not all men. It doesn't necessarily benefit all men in terms of the lobbying and it's different stuff like that. And what Andrew's also doing, he's also kind of arguing the way that women will argue, and a lot of black folks will argue, where you're having a conversation and you start kind of like conflating things, or you start getting into what could happen and what could be. And then we get to a point where we're not really having a conversation that goes anywhere. I know this is a behavior that's very prevalent with black people, especially with women. My bad. That's part with Beyonce, and especially with the women, when it comes to having a conversation, we can't have a straight conversation. You have to bring in different scenarios that haven't happened and aren't relevant to the conversation. You have to start conflating your argument with things that aren't even relative. Like, I was having a conversation with my homeboy last week about the whole Saeed thing and the whole concept of basically men labeling themselves as victims, and also it not being manly, or just we just cannot accept a young man who's going to cry because two girls want to give him a threesome, and I guess in the effort to be PC, politically correct, we gonna say, oh well, men can be SA too. Fam, the only way you can SA a man is by penetrating him. That boy was not penetrated, okay? They was horsing around. Things got a little bit out of hand. Shit was not worth you crying online, talking about, suicidal thoughts and how you and your mom cried. Like, what? You made your mother cry because you was afraid of some booty? Nah, man. Come on, fam.
It's cap. I accuse you of capping.
You feel me? Let's play a little more, then we'll move on.
One solution, you have another, and we don't
Mine's
agree
better.
With it. That's what you believe. I think yours is pie in the sky. So that's just.
I don't see how it could be pie in the sky.
When
it's affecting way more men than your book is.
No, my book actually has 15,000+. You have how many? Hold on. You have how many You have how many ecclesiastic marriages that your church pastor is going to go into the bedroom and enforce marriages? You can't even give me
Nobody
a number.
ever proposed
You couldn't
that.
even
You're
give me
such
a number.
a liar.
You can't
It's
even give
such
me a
a
number.
liar.
You said that. Give
No.
me a,
Earlier in the debate, CGA asked him, "So you're saying that the church can go in the bedroom and enforce women having sex with their husband?" Andrew Wilson actually said yes, because basically what CGA was speaking to was basically what's going to go on in these marriages, and if they do get together, are they going to be good marriages? And meaning, are both parties going to be getting what they want? So that's basically the question that he was asking, and he also mentioned, the issue with sexless marriages. So CGA asked him, well, is the church or is the pastor going to actually come to the house and put social pressure on a woman to have sex with her husband? And Andrew Wilson did say yes. Okay.
But he said that the pastors are going to go in the bedroom and enforce anything.
okay, social pressure.
Stop lying.
On your social
Just
pressure.
stop lying,
Listen,
dude.
where's your social pressure? How many people do you have in your ecclesiastic marriages? How many people got married into that?
Millions.
Please give me a number.
Millions of
Show
people
me a
have an
number. Okay,
ecclesiastical
can you type
authority.
it up?
That's
Go ahead and type it up.
people have an ecclesiastical marriage. They may have a
No,
state
under
church
your
also.
scenario.
Yeah, we don't.
We don't know.
We don't know
Exactly.
exactly.
But you're sneezing at my number, but you don't know at
We
all.
know for
hey,
sure
listen, there's a lot
that
you don't
even
know.
if it was
There's
the
a
case
lot
that
you
you
don't know.
never adopted the state,
But you don't have any number.
even if it's the
Can
case, hang on,
what's
hang
the
on,
number?
hang on. Even if it's the case that all they ever did was get a state marriage certificate and never even followed that portion of what I'm saying.
Just so you guys know, an ecclesiastic marriage, this is basically what Andrew is proposing is a form of marriage that doesn't involve the state, which is never going to happen because, hey, dummy, women don't give up their advantages. When women marry you or have kids with you in America in general, there are so many things that she can take you to court for. All right. There are so many different ways where she can get a few dollars from you. Now, again, whether it goes to the kids or not, but basically that if she's getting money from you, right, and she has one of your kids, and any kind of money comes to the household, that's still resources that she does not have to come up with. Okay, because she still has the children. So that basically means that money that she would have spent on that child can stay in her pocket, right? But there are so many different laws and scenarios where a woman can wind up just getting paid or get money in her pocket, or at least being able to extract money from you at will via the legal system. So many different ways. You know what I'm saying? And I want to take a step back too about the importance of the book and the importance of the number, right? And not only that, I'm sorry, no, forget that. Women have to say yes. And that was the first point I made in my other video about you proposing women do these ceremonies, or basically just do these marriages where you guys are not married on paper. No, they're not going to do that. It's for the same reason that women don't want to do a prenup. Women get offended by the word prenup or being asked to do any, because she knows that she's being asked to give up some options. Now, mind you, these are options that you really shouldn't want if you love someone. You know what I'm saying? Like, could you imagine if you had friendship contracts, right? You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, like let's imagine that in the friendship contract, let's say it was normal to have a friendship contract, and we're like actual friends recognized by the state, right? Now, imagine if you put into our friendship contract that, hey, listen, so we're really good friends and I love you a lot and everything. So now that we're becoming like officially best friends, I want to ask, would you be comfortable signing a no ghosting and a no fucking my bitch and a no and a no, how can I say, and a no backstabbing agreement. You know what I'm saying? Like, could you imagine, right? And you would think, okay, well, we're good friends and I got a lot of love for you and whatnot, and we're becoming best friends on paper and everything. Sure, I'll sign a piece of paper that says that I won't stab you in the back or have sex with your girl or steal from you or and this, like stuff like that. Could you imagine your friend getting offended and saying, no, I'm not signing that. I'm not going to sign that. You know what I'm saying? Like you'd be like, well, goddamn. So like, if like what's the problem? And it's because again, men have a hard time, for one, knowing when women are lying and not understanding how much women lie. Like men really be believing women, because women put a lot of effort into gaslighting you into thinking that you're the liar, you're the cheater, you're the one who can't commit. Fam, one of the biggest issues that we have is women committing in general to really anything. For the most part, where we are at this point, women are only committed to experiences and emotions and stimulation. Whatever gets them there, that's what they're going to do, and that's why you're seeing so many of them change in the same way. All right, because again, so listen, the brick lady getting banned from social media for 10 years. Yo, let me tell you something. Two things are going to happen. She going to get a good lawyer and get that shit overturned. Okay, that shit's going to be unprecedented. A woman fighting to get her what do you call them? Her social media rights back. Because listen, either that, I'm sorry, three things. Either that, or she going to go absolutely insane and off herself, or she may just have like a Nelson Mandela moment. She just just levels up mentally, just becomes this really great person because she's not on social media, and that too could be unprecedented. All right, so let's get to the second part of the show, man. So I really like how CGA walked down this topic, but what I wanted to do is it's a particular point that I had wanted to get to. That I want to show you guys in terms of men understanding what you can and can't control, right? And once you can accept that, and once you can get out of wanting to have that kind of relationship with a woman, you'll be that much happier.
We're competing against each other.
You'll be much happier, especially when you accept. Because for the most part, what more than likely happened is I'm like I said in my other videos, I'm confident that Big Sean probably does love Jhene, but he also understands that she's not a wife, and she's problematic, and when guys are really like laid back like that, they're not messy, and they don't usually want to. Well, for one, whatever she be doing, whatever she does behind closed doors is embarrassing. All right, and I remember Angry Man was telling a story about basically when they had broke up before, they had to break up because she would make him feel as though that he can't be around his family, or what that basically was that she was isolating him from his family. Any kind of woman that will make you feel as though that they can isolate you from your family or have you not being around your family, you were in a bad spot. And also that means I do not have a good relationship, because someone has to put you through a lot of confrontations for you to feel uncomfortable about being around your family or even talking about your family. I remember my ex actually really got to the point where she actually was alienating me from my family. I looked at my phone one day and realized that my mother and father was blocked. You know what I'm saying? And my mother was calling me and whatnot. She couldn't get to me, and she was really upset that she was calling my phone, and it kept going to voicemail and whatnot. And I think I happened to check my voicemails one day and whatnot, and my mom called me. I said, "Oh goodness, I didn't know you was calling me." And I think my dad too. I think my dad was trying to call me and everything, and he couldn't get to me. So the black men in particular are in these kind of relationships all day, every day. Okay, and especially if you're a laid back guy, because laid back guys, they attract that kind of guy. That kind of girl. But also, like I said before, it seems a lot like he doesn't want to put her out there. Like he's not going to tell y'all her business. But whatever her business is, listen. Most of the time, when men will not marry a woman, it's not because he's just this really bad guy. A lot of times, it's because she's not a wife. Some women are just baby moms. I don't know. Listen, like somehow I think this is one of the long-term consequences of feminism. Y'all have made women think that y'all are one monolith, right? And y'all are all pretty. Y'all are all worthy. Y'all should all get a rich guy. Y'all should all get a good guy. Y'all should all be having orgasms by way of penetration. Fam, just live life. Okay? women got through life, fam. And not only that, even that conversation, one more conversation that these broads bring up for the sake of negotiation and for the sake of talking your price down and talking down your demands. Oh, wait, hold on, you want me to listen to you? Oh man, listen, bro, you don't even make this. Oh wait, you want a BJ? You want a BJ a la carte, like by itself? You don't even got so and so. Like it's like going back and forth. You know what I'm saying, with somebody on a quote. You know what I'm saying, or going back and forth with somebody. It's like going back and forth with a real shady contractor. You know what I mean? And he has stains around his collar. But anywho, so CGA is going to speak to men's misguided attempts at fixing women.
So don't expect us to band together, right? We're gonna band together and stick for what? To control women. What I keep finding is that, and I've been saying this, we're almost done. You're never gonna control women in the United States of these Americas. You lost that, unfortunately, when you had the 19th Amendment. All right, that has gone. The year 1919, 1920, you've lost it. Now, that period between 1940 and 1950 was a blip. It was a glitch. It was a result of what happened in World War II and the economic conditions that were available. This was the kind of a revolution. But then you fast forward from 1950 to 1917, you can see that the women highly disliked being in these traditional marriages, and they ran to the courts when no fault law was put in. It was over. Those women wanted out of there. Then you've never had that period exist again. Because literally, you get by the way, you can't even drag women back right now. You can't even offer a woman a 1950s marriage. Like, you have a 1 in 1.5 million to 2 million chance that a woman would accept a traditional marriage. Now, she wants a traditional man. She wants a progressive marriage. She may want a traditional man, but she wants a progressive marriage. She wants an equal partnership. So this is what you're dealing with, and you're most likely to deal with. You ain't getting that period back, and you're not getting control of women. You're not, period. So good fucking luck with that. And you're not going to get them with the okie doke. All right, I'm going to okie doke this bitch and get her to give up her marital rights. You can't even get them to sign a prenup. Now you're going to go prenup on top of an ecclesiastic marriage? You guys are crazy. All right. And at that point, I have to dismiss myself from a group of men. I mean, that would be almost all black men. And that would be certainly a group called the manosphere. All right. I am outgrown, obviously outgrown this group of people because, wow. Kaylin says, what women have to realize now is that men can't trust them with marital contracts. Now they'll have to choose marriage or a baby. They can't have both. Jhene Aiko's track record doesn't make her suitable for marriage. Again, Big Sean is smart, and I agree. She's not a suitable candidate for marriage, especially to a man like Big Sean. All right, Big Sean can find 1,000 of those women. Big Sean's net worth, just looking at this, okay, his net worth is something around 25,000. Internet net worth. By the way, my internet net worth is more than that. All right, broke niggas. Pocket watching with JT's warming up like this. Oh, really? All right, look it up. Oh, actually, it was 14 million. That's why my ex-wife came after me. I don't know why that happened.
Anyway, so I wanted to play that right there because the thing is that when you deal with formulation, Aiko, right? So for the young boys out there, I'm telling you right now, any girl that play with crystals, that smoke weed, and don't get me wrong, you know, I smoke myself and everything, but at the end of the day, I am a great and responsible person, so I'm not going to abuse you, and you are safe with me. But most of the time, if a woman like smokes weed to the point where she has her own weed, you need to watch out. All right, because she ain't smoking for no reason. There is she's treating something. She's medicating something. She's trying to relieve herself from some kind of pain. Especially if somebody smokes a lot. Like, I don't judge you for smoking, but if you were smoking to the point where like, yo, you smoke a lot, like, yo, you need to go ahead and look into that shit and see like why that person smokes too much. Same as anything else. If how can I say, she like heavy into astrology and stuff like that. And when they just too liberal, also the septum ring, stuff like that. So any man that's experienced can look at Jhene Aiko and just look at her choices. And again, when you were a young boy, and again, she met Big Sean when they were much younger. And this is one of those things where y'all met when y'all was young, and being as though y'all have a history together, sometimes men have a hard time letting go of a woman and letting go of their relationship because to a certain degree, in these situations, especially like the one that Big Sean was in, most definitely narcissist. And also, like I always say, the way that he's dealt with her, this is the only way you really can deal with a single mother. Like you really cannot fully commit to them because they can never fully commit to you. It's always a game of it's trying to. Women really do enjoy the game of trying to get you to commit or make you fall in love. And women go through a lot of stuff. I mean, they be doing voodoo. Okay, they put witchcraft on you. All right, they make you spaghetti. You do with that what you may. Use your imagination. Okay, I know you can. All types of different stuff. I mean, women will literally pretend to be someone else just to get you to invest. Just because a lot of the shit is it's for their survival. It's so they can secure that meat, money, attention. Money, energy, attention, and time. Listen, shout out to CJA. Either you want to pay in one or all four. And a lot of men paying all four. Broke men be paying in attention and time, bro. All right, like when you ain't got your itch together, yo, fam. She is on the. You gotta be on the phone with her more. You know what I'm saying? You gotta tolerate more. She gonna gain weight on you. You understand? All that shit. But anyway, I want to get. I want to listen. I wanted to play this this history, the whole history, real quick. I think this is over. I think it's right here. So CJ kind of walks us through the history, and I wanted to just play a little bit of it so we have a little more context to what kind of woman Jhene actually is. And again, when you're young, you can't see these things, but one of the benefits of being an OG is that I've experienced enough life to learn how to think 10 and 20 years ahead. The older you get, the further ahead you can think, whereas when you're young, you got a hard time thinking 6 months ahead, a year ahead, right? So you're able to also see, if I start this now, even with this content, fam, this is a thought that started back in 2021. 2020, honestly. I've really been doing content. If I count my battle shit, I've been doing content for a long time. In terms of appearing on the internet in the form of content. I've been doing content for a super long fucking time. And look how long it took me to start doing my own channel and have my shit look professional and have a professional. Well, I had a mic before, but my sound good. My lighting got better. Got backdrop going. You understand? So as an OG, when I see this situation or whatnot, I can see exactly what's going on. This is the kind of girl that she's cool when she's cool. I can have a good time when she's in that mood. Because again, people who are mentally unstable, they have seasons of happiness. And generally around like the fall and whatnot, they just pretty much start, they'll get patchy with you where, they become different people for certain amounts of time. Mostly because they'll lean into the stimulation they get from that, how can I say that dopamine depletion, which kind of results in someone coming off as depressed or they feel irritated or angry or whatever the fuck. And this can be really stressful for the person that's with them is because they're not understanding who they're even dealing with. Like you're like a whole different person to them. You know what I'm saying? But let me go ahead and play some of this.
You're just, but you don't have to do that. Like you could just be like, I'll get me a fresh 18-year-old Filipino that hasn't been impregnated at 13 and 14. You can still avoid single motherhood. You don't have to do it. All right. But anyway, let me get to these. He said a rickshaw as your kid look like a rickshaw driver, rickshaw puller. You don't look nothing like you. You looking crazy as hell. All right, man. Nah, bro. All right, I'm giving y'all options here. He said looking like Manny Pacquiao. You gonna be in the club training your kid to be the next Manny Pacquiao. This is my stepson. Right. It's another man. His father drives a tuk-tuk. a rickshaw. But I'm raising him up. You're gonna be the next. Shout out to Big Sean, man. We over here trying to win. Big Sean, you a winner in my book. Even though Kanye West says the worst thing he ever did in music was signing Big Sean, I'm gonna let that slide. Kanye West, yeah.
I'm not gonna say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
Right. Woo! Shout out to the King of Spades. Says search Bill Carson on.
I'm gonna go back a little bit more.
Jake, 16. Happy birthday to the wife, Jhene. Cause how you get him is how you lose him. He saw her.
All right, here we go. Boom. Right? So I want to get it right here, right? So the way that they got together, so for the most part, Big Sean came into her life on some Chad shit. So she wanted the monkey branch to him because he was a up and coming rapper, and she knew that he had promise in the music industry and everything. And around that time, Big Sean was more popular and was doing this thing, and it was like kind of on and off collaborators and everything. And for the most part, listen, they probably been smashing since 2012. Whenever they collaborated the first time, they probably been smashing since then, right? So another thing about this kind of girl is that this kind of girl is going to be promiscuous, and she's not. She's more impulsive. If you come around a girl that's impulsive and stuff like that, that means they have a propensity, or they usually will engage in promiscuous behavior because they'll just do shit on the impulse. You know what I'm saying? They'll just get a feeling, right? You ain't got the stomach. So anywho, Jhene had, I think, about 2 marriages, right? So she was a single mother. Then she got married, and for the most part, it seemed as though she was messing with Big Sean during her actual marriage, and then the marriage ended around 2015. All right, so they going through some of the history real quick, and I wanted to make sure that we touch on that so we can understand again what kind of woman we dealing with and why we have to men, and it's tough. Because you really may care for a woman and whatnot, right? But you understand that it's probably not in your best interest to get legally married to her. And not only that, you may also realize that you're not going to benefit from being married to it. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing's going to come from it. It's going to actually be like, oh man, I'm so glad we got married. You know what I mean?
Apex predator and really stab a guy in the back early on in one marriage, dip at the first sign of getting a better guy, only to end up trying to get him to make the same dumb decision that he'd seen her ruin another guy on. And she cheated on the previous guy, and he like, hell no. And I don't know what's happened in their 10 years together, but he probably saw some other shit other than that. So she got a baby daddy. She married another guy while knowing Big Sean. Big Sean was there. She's married less than a year, and then she's with Big Sean trying to force him into another marriage and get her in her clutches, get him in her clutches, and he was like, nope, no. No, nope, no.
Nope.
No. All right? He was like, no way.
What kind of fuck you give me?
No way. So let me go ahead and then we can clear this up here. All right, happy birthday to my gorgeous wife, he wrote on 2016. Happy to be on a quest with you. Things got particularly confusing when rumors started spreading that Aiko was dating Big Sean. Aiko wished Big Sean a happy birthday on Instagram the same month her DJ and music producer husband wished her happy birthday. Right there. Right there. Okay, let's go ahead and connect that dot. Just so you can see it. Dot, the genius. They met in 2012 as friends. She married another guy, Dr. Genius, 2014. She was already a single mother then, or a baby mama. They separated in 2015. The divorce was final. No. She was married still in March of 2016. Her husband, Dr. Genius, posted March of 2016, happy birthday to the wife, Jhene Aiko. Then Jhene Aiko wishes Big Sean a happy birthday the same month as the ex-husband posted the message for her. Then she files for divorce August of 2016. Wow. Ecclesiastic marriage here. So this seems like a lot of overlapping, which I try to tell guys. A lot of times these women have guys overlapping, and what'll happen is they'll say, "I didn't cheat," and then they'll give a reason why. Well, this overlaps. It doesn't make sense. Well, he was abusive, and it was sexist marriages, and he was abusive, and he was financially, and he would do this, and he would do that. All right. The other guy was
I accuse you of capping.
So, shout out to Big Sean, man. So, listen, we gonna switch it over here, man. And I saw this yesterday. Very, very profound. This shit says, women will mess up a great relationship because they want to get married. And listen, shout out to my ex, because I had to realize that about her. I said, you know what? I mean, I was willing to do it. And even in my mind, I'm thinking like, man, I hope this works out, or I hope this is all right. And I'm like, man, you know what? I got faith that, you know what, we'll work things out. You know what I mean? Because in my mind, I had faith in a relationship and everything, and I was willing to take that chance. And of course, no, it's not the dust is settled. I wouldn't, if I had a chance to be back with her. I mean, I wouldn't be trying to get married then either. 'Cause I'm like, it's no need to get married. You know what I mean? Now, for a lot of men, get married, yeah, that would mean more more financial security, and it's not a bad system. It's really not, you know. But a lot of married men that I've come across, for the most part, there's some kind of shit eating in some kind of way. There's usually something about his almost most of the time. This stuff there where I'll feel like I wouldn't want to trade places with you. I wouldn't want to experience that. Like I look at it the same way I look at like cars, right? If you drive a nice car and your friends trades cars with you for the day, you know, you're only going to want to trade cars with that person if they have a nice car or a car as nice as yours and whatnot. Because once you drive a nice car, like driving like an old beater or a car that got fucked up suspension and stuff like that, you ain't trying to do that. That the idea that makes my stomach drop to the floor. I get really stressed out the idea of driving a hoopty. Like I go do so much just to be able to still just drive this car. Yo, my dream, is to get the bag to drop down so hard that I pay this car off. Okay, that's one of my prayers. I want to pay this goddamn car off. First, I want to get it fixed, like all together, get it fixed. I was in an accident last year. I want to get all the dents out, get it painted over. You feel me? And all new tires, bitch. All right, all that. But anyway, so shout out to Big Sean, man. I can't say enough. But moving forward, men are going to have to move like this, right? It's either you're not going to have a kid, or we're going to have a negotiation, and she's going to have to put some skin in the game. You're going to have to come up with something that, all right, if you get this from her and everything, it means she's committed. But not only that, from the beginning, and I'm also going to speak to how they wound up together, how she got that baby. All right, what's made her like him is the fact that she never fully had him. And that's another thing too that men gotta realize. Even when you're in a relationship, you gotta make her feel like she don't really got you, or she don't really got you figured out. That's why you gotta just do weird shit. You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep them guessing. You gotta, this sometimes it's create problems, create chaos. You know what I mean? Just knock some shit over. All right, just kick some tires, touch some grass. But anyway, so I was also confused about like, damn, like I didn't even know that. I thought they broke up last year. I didn't know that Jhene, Aiko, and Big Sean was like still together. But CGA also made a really good point about ultimatums and why you never give in to women's ultimatums. Because as soon as that starts happening, and he said the same thing. He said when that starts happening, she'll start giving you an ultimatum for everything, or she'll start kind of trying to force you to do everything. And what will happen is with people like this is that they wear you down. Women are willing to kind of wear you down sometimes, right? And what they'll basically do is create this trauma response where you don't want to have confrontation, and in that way she kind of can control how you react to things. So given that energy and that time, was kept her probably in love with him is the fact that he's never fully committed to her the way that she would like him to. Or if anything, honestly, her asking about the marriage thing, listen, women are so unique with their thinking. Women, she may enjoy just the experience of asking him and talking about them not being married. Men really listen. That shit goes over their head. Women do a lot of things just to experience it. It's not in the most. A lot of times, well, a lot of women don't care about the things they ask you for. For a lot of women, like yo, it's not the marriage thing is not that important. It's really not. It's really not. You know what I'm saying? She has been asking him to marry her for I don't know how long. Okay, but like I said before, when men are in that situation and they're intimate or they're cohabitating and stuff like that, and you're not married on paper, most of the time it's because however she acts behind closed doors, what he mostly is probably looking for, and a lot of times it's because that man's holding out for hope. He's holding out hope that maybe she'll change one day and maybe she'll mature, and then at that point we can move forward. And then what happens is like you want to spend a lot of time, and in his mind too, he this probably went this far because he thought at some point she would get better. At some point, you know what I'm saying, she would change her ways. But anywho, shout out to Big Sean. Shout out to him for keeping old girl in her place, which is baby moms. Shout out to Jhene. We out.